Last night it was Joe Saunders and some key Angel hits that frustrated the Athletics as the Angels spoiled the A's return to the Coliseum. Tonight, the A's will send Dallas Braden to the mound, who has been red hot as of late, winning 2 straight, including his last start, 5 scoreless innings in Texas. It's Braden and the Athletics trying to even up the series with the Angels, and it's coming up right now. A's fans coming into the ballpark to give away tonight. We like it. It's the Oakland A's blanket, sponsored by Comcast. Pitching matchup for tonight's game, Shane Lukes for the Angels, Dallas Braden for the Athletics. We're set to go. It's the second and final game of this short 2-game series. It's the Oakland A's and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, Ryan Sweeney has been one of the A's most solid performers in the early going. Ray, he got the night off last night, his first game off, but he's back in there tonight in the leadoff spot.
You know, starting to get into the season, he was hitting the ball to the opposite field, really showing opposite field power. But how about in Arlington, Texas? Kevin Millwood hung a slide on the inside part of the plate, finally took it deep, almost hit 2 in Toronto at Rogers Center, came up a little short in right center. He's been using the whole field, a double down the right field line in Seattle. This was early in the game, and then came back with the uniform change, the throwback to clock uniforms, went to the opposite field, another double there. That helped the A's win game 2 of that series against the Seattle Mariners. But he's using the whole field. The main thing, he's not concerned about not hitting a lot of home runs. He's a big guy, and he's going to hit more home runs, but he's not concerned right now.
You saw Dallas Braden heading out to the bullpen mound to warm up. And Ray, if you want to be a leader of the staff, you have to produce. Yeah. He certainly has done that this year.
Absolutely. The 2 losses, the A's have been shut out, but he's using all of his pitches. Great curveball there. He's got a changeup that he'll throw any time to any batter. Good fastball. He'll work both sides of the plate. So you could say right now, he is the leader of this staff. He loves it. He loves to take the ball. And right now, tonight, he's trying to end this 2-game losing streak.
And Dallas Braden was the opening night pitcher in Anaheim. Pitched well, lost 3-0, so he will try to bounce back against the Angels tonight. It's the A's and the Angels. We're set to go from the Coliseum. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back, so stick around. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody, as we get set for the second and final game of the series between the Angels and the Athletics. Angels are 11-13. The Athletics, on the other hand, are 9-14. Angels won last night 5-2, so a win tonight, and the A's will even up the series and get ready for the Texas Rangers, who will come to town tomorrow. But tonight, Angels lineup looks like this, and it's brought to you by McDonald's. Sean Figgins at third. Gary Matthews Jr. is in right field tonight. Bobby Abreu will DH. Torrey Hunter, big night last night. He'll be in center field and back cleanup. Mike Napoli is the catcher. Howie Kendrick at second. Kendry Morales at first. Juan Rivera in left. And Eric Ibar back in the lineup for the Angels. He's at shortstop. Defensively for the A's, Holiday, Sweeney, and Buck left, center, and right. Crosby, Cabrera, Petit, Giambi on the infield, and Kurt Suzuki catches Dallas Braden, the lefty from Stockton.
And if you can listen closely, you can hear the song on Diamond Vision about Stockton, area code 209.
That's right.
Made just for Dallas Braden as he makes his sixth start of the season. Oh, it's kind of layout there. There you can hear it.
Coaching at first base.
That's it. Dallas Braden. He is on the mound. He is making second start against the Angels this year. Stockton, 209. There it is.
Third baseman, number 9.
Stockton, of course, Dallas very proud.
Yeah.
Where he spends his off season and did a lot of the community, but he's trying to even this series. He's also trying to get their back-to-back wins. Defeated Tampa Bay, also Texas in his last start. Trying to get the A's back in the win column.
First pitch of the ball game is a little bit low.
7:07.
So 7:07, we're underway, and it's 63 degrees at game time. Just a slight breeze, so a very nice night at the ballpark. Second pitch of the game is lined into center field. Sweeney plays it on a hop, so that guy, Sean Figgins, is at it again as he leads off the game with a base hit.
It would have been nice if Dan Alcina had called the first pitch a strike. Because,
well, it was a strike.
Yeah, Sean Figgins is not your tallest leadoff hitter. And Dallas Braden elevated one just a little bit more because he did not get the first pitch strike. And a base hit. The base stealing threat on base now.
Higgins had a stolen base last night. He is 10 for 12 on the year in that department. Gary Matthews Jr. steps in. We talked about it in A's pregame live show about Dallas Braden holding on, or trying to hold down the running game of the Angels. At that quick step off snap throw to first, which is a pretty good weapon for Braden. But I agree with you, Ray. I don't know that the Angels as a team are going to allow any pitcher to take them out of their running game. I just don't think it's going to happen, no matter how good your move is.
Well, and Mike Scioscia can be down 3 or 4 runs, and you give him second base, he'll take it. And just trying to cut the lead, the deficit in 10th year, and he's the manager for a reason. These Angels, and he may pass Walter Austin, who managed 20 some odd years for the Los Angeles Dodgers, all on 1-year contracts. Mike Scioscia, of course, has a 10-year contract extension. But the way he manages, he feels it's day to day, month to month. You know, he doesn't take it for granted.
1-2 the count to Gary Matthews Jr.
The Angels, the A's know they have a battle when they play the Angels. You know, whether they have their aces on the mound or not, just don't pick off Jason Dallas. A couple of throws during spring training got caught in the white shirts in Phoenix, Arizona, and Jason missed a couple.
Change up, and Matthews is kind of reaches for it. Bobby Abreu waits in the on deck circle, just underway here. The A's and the Angels. Angels are playing better baseball. They've won 5 out of their last 7. And this is the final game of a 7-game road trip for them. They're 4-2 so far, and they had a game rained out in New York.
2 games in Baltimore, 4 in New York. With the 1 rained out, but 2 here. So the 2-game series on the bookends.
It's the week of 2-game series in Major League Baseball. It's not just the A's and the Angels. There's 2-game series being played everywhere American League and the National League. Again, reach for that was a good. We talked about just change it up a little bit if you're Dallas Braden.
Yeah, he had Sean Viggins going back to back because he left to the front foot, kind of looked to the plate, looked at Figgins, and then threw home. But watch the front foot. He can go home. He can go to first. Figgins was going back to first. And that's a great move, even though he didn't throw.
Fastball, swing and a miss by Gary Matthews Jr. And that's the first out.
There's some very good changeups that Matthews just barely got a piece of them, and then location inside, fastball up and away, but yet good enough and hard enough to throw it by Gary Matthews.
Now Bobby Abreu steps in. Abreu off to a very good start for the Angels. .363 is the batting average. Had a couple of hits last night, and he takes a strike. Has not homered just yet. Interesting when you watch Figgins lead off, he does something that very few runners do. He kind of turns his body towards second base.
Kind of a sprinter setup.
That right leg, he kind of drops back a little bit. A little bit of a different look. He's not going. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
You think about it, it's like he's in the starter's box in a race. He does not have to really cross over. He can just push off the back foot and be at full speed.
Closing in on 250 career steals. Down the line and foul toward the A's bullpen.
One thing that Figgins will do, he'll gamble. Just take a chance and go on first move. And regardless of where Braden throws, first or to home, he'll just take off. Lou Brock, Hall of Famer, is the one who started that, where he would just actually get a bigger lead with the left-hander, draw a throw, but as soon as he lifted his foot, he was headed to second base, and it was very hard to make two perfect throws and get him.
Poke to left, Holiday toward the line. He's going to get there, and he's got it. So Bobby Abreu never really had a good swing at any of the pitches from Dallas Braden. He reached for that one. He's out. So here's Torrey Hunter.
Well, I think maybe the A's learned last night that Torrey Hunter is very aggressive, and look out on the first pitch. And Anderson not able to snap the good slider last night. And talking to some of the scouts who saw Brett during spring training, knew something was wrong. Well, swung at the first one.
Quick throw, not in time. The throw to first is not in time.
Well, if Giambi's on the bag, they get him.
Bobby Crosby decided to go to second. So it's a fielder's choice, and everybody's safe.
Well, Bobby started backpedaling, and boy, the thought about going to second with the speed of Figgins. But great play by Petit throwing to first, but Jason was starting to come in and fortunately got a glove on it. But if he's on the bag, he might have gotten Torrey Hunter.
I don't think there's any doubt. So no error, just a fielder's choice. So the inning is still alive, and here's Mike Napoli, who is a very hot hitter. Napoli, a big night last night, 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. In fact, he has reached base in 9 consecutive plate appearances, has Napoli. He was the DH last night. He's catching tonight.
That's why he was DHing last night. Why Kurt Suzuki DH'd on Sunday.
Keep him in there.
Get a hot bat. They'll find a way to get in there and not worry about losing a DH if something happens to the starting catcher, which did not happen to Powell or Mathis.
Braden inside corner. It's quickly 0-2. Got him swinging. Couple of strikeouts for Dallas Braden, and the Angels leave a pair in the top of the first. Bottom of the first coming up, no score. McDonald's. Sweeney in center, Cabrera at short. Giambi at first, Holiday in left. Cust is the DH. Suzuki the catcher. Buck in right. At third is Bobby Crosby, and Gregorio Petit is the second baseman. Rivera in left, Hunter in center, Matthews in right. For the Angels outfield, Figgins, Ibar, Kendrick Morales on the infield. Mike Napoli catches Shane Lukes. Big Shane Lukes. Luke's first pitch to Ryan Sweeney is in there first drive. Sweeney the night off last night for the first time this year. Sweeney the .270 average. Got 6 doubles and the 1 home run. There's the umpires. Iasonia behind home plate. I believe Charlie Relaford is the crew chief with this group.
You're right.
Sweeney bounces it right back to Lukes, who grabs it, fires to first, 1 out.
Shane Lukes, a win in his last start. That was his first since 2003. A long time in between wins for the right-hander, but he has thrown into the rotation due to several of the starters for the Angels on the disabled list, some of whom will be coming back very soon. But Shane Lukes, good fastball. Tops out about 92. He's got a complete assortment of pitches, curveball, slider, and change.
And a pretty good story. The fact that he's back in the big leagues. He was out of baseball for a year. Originally, it was the Detroit Tigers who drafted Lukes in the 2nd round, way back in 1997. And he bounced around for quite a while. Did get to the big leagues a little bit with the Tigers. Down the right field line, but foul. So 1-2 the count. There's the giveaway tonight. The Oakland Athletics good looking blanket, sponsored by Comcast. But Shane Lukes got back to the big leagues last year with the Angels last August. Before that, you got to go way back to 2003 when he was in the big league. So he waited a long time to get back, and now he's in the Angels rotation for the time being.
But not often that you have two players, one playing, one on the disabled list in the same stadium from Rapid City, South Dakota.
That's true.
Mark Ellis.
And that's nothing against Rapid City, South
Dakota. It's just that you don't see a lot of major league players out of Rapid City. Dick Green, of course, back in the 70s, long-time second baseman, very good second baseman. That's why I think Mark Ellis is the Dick Green of the...
Yeah. Lots of similarities.
Era. Absolutely.
First pitch to Giambi is inside. 218 for Jason with a homer and 10 RBIs. Jason still sitting on 397 career home runs. His next one, 398, he will join Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy got close to 400. After that, Galarraga and Kaline each hit 399. I think every once in a while those two guys don't go, I hit that one ball and it was windy and blew it back in.
Al doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him. He's already in the Hall of Fame, and deservedly so.
Galarraga not going to be in the Hall of Fame, but a very good player. I'm sure he thinks about it.
Well, at one time it was 400 home runs. Then it went to 500. And now, of course, maybe it's back to 500.
Yeah.
For a while, it looked like you'd have to go to 600 or 700, which would be a lock to go to the Hall of Fame as far as the home runs. 3,000 hits will get you there. 300 wins will get you the Hall of Fame. 287 won't.
Will not. I was just
at least
thinking
for Bert Blyleven.
287 is not quite enough.
Should be. Because we all know that Bert had many one-run losses, 1-0 losses. There's the shift. That's usual for Jason Giambi. Jack crushed a couple of batters, probably be the same.
Fastball, swing and a miss by Giambi on a foul tip. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Shane Lukes. We're scoreless after 1. Sportsnet California is brought to you by Supercuts. Bull market looks, bear market prices. Supercuts every time. Dallas Braden back to work in the top of the second. Faces Kendrick, Morales, and Rivera for the Angels. Angels stranded a pair in the first as Braden struck out Mike Napoli with those 2 runners out to end the inning. So Dallas Braden, the second best ERA in the American League. Only a guy with really cartoon numbers, Zach Greinke, has a better ERA. So if you're second to Greinke so far this year, there's nothing wrong with that.
I would think for Dallas Braden, as we mentioned the song for Stockton, California, 209, being able to pitch at the Coliseum. Brings a few folks in from Stockton to watch him personally.
Not a far drive.
As long as you're not driving the 580 early in the morning, heading towards Oakland. Good.
Worst stretch of traffic, isn't it?
Bottleneck a little bit.
I've read that. Worst stretch of traffic in the Bay Area.
Well, you got to try driving it at about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like Field of Dreams.
You've
coming
done
over
that.
the Altamont. All those lights.
Good changeup, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts already for Dallas Braden. Well, we had a special first pitch ceremony today. Alex Barden, who's the son of Elaine Barden. Elaine is our Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Comcast California.
Wow.
That's pretty good looking lefty right there. Alex
Thank you.
lives in Danville, plays for the Athletics Majors team in Danville. So nice job, Alex. There's his mom, Elaine Barden, again, the VP of Sales and Marketing for Comcast California. Nice job, Alex.
Pretty impressive for a lefty, and threw a strike.
Cut the corner.
Yeah. Wearing number 13. No superstition there.
Hit high to right field by Kendry Morales, but in the ballpark as Travis Buck is on the warning track. He's got it. I have a pretty good guess that Elaine and her son Alex probably have pretty good seats tonight as well.
Diamond level?
I don't know.
Think so?
I'm just guessing. I have a feeling they're probably well taken care of tonight, and they should be.
Well, just look behind home plate and see if you can see him. Sit down there and get all the food you can eat. So it's not bad seats.
You're hungry again, aren't you?
No, I'm fine. Just,
okay.
just kind of passing along. If anybody has a desire to sit back there, then they're hungry. They won't be hungry when they leave.
Usually you do this around the 5th or 6th inning, but start early tonight, huh? Good pitch to Juan Rivera right on the outside corner. 1-1 the count.
Roy downstairs, one of the great security guards down by the dugout, said no dibs tonight. I don't know what he knows. That
what does Roy know?
Nobody's bringing dibs.
Hit hard. Crosby cannot handle it cleanly, and that's going to be an error. So the first error in the ball game comes with 2 outs here in the second.
He's playing very good third base, and nothing really difficult about this. He just had the ball come up on him a little bit in the heel of the glove. Set himself up perfectly. Just he takes so much for granted. These infielders, they make it look so easy, and just a little spin, something out of the ordinary, can cause that to happen.
If you watch that ball, when it deflected off his glove, you could see it spinning. And that means it had a little English on it when it came off the bat. And that's not an excuse for Bobby Crosby, but you could see the ball spinning. This is Eric Ibar, and Ibar lines one down the left field line. Foul. Watch the ball as it deflects off his glove. Watch how it's spinning. See it? It's spinning like a top.
Yeah, spun just enough to catch him in the heel of the glove instead of the pocket. Anybody's ever put on a fielder's glove, first baseman mitt, even a catcher's mitt, You get the pocket, but then down in the heel where you're just below the palm, it's very hard.
And the point I'm making is if it comes off the end of the bat a little bit, it usually does have some type of action on it. 0-2 to Erick Aybar. Aybar a little bit beat up. He got hit in the mouth on Saturday in New York. Actually in the jaw. Pokes one. Petit, a long run. He'll get to it, but Aybar's going to have an infield hit. Not the prettiest base hit we've seen, but I think Erick Aybar will take it.
Well, you talk about a cue shot. That definitely was off the end of the bat. If you're a pitcher, the last thing you want to do is look over and see guys smiling after cueing one. But at least Petit getting to the ball prevented Rivera from going to third base, which it would have been easy had it reached the outfield.
Aybar looks all right. Got hit in the left jaw, they said. Close up a little cut. He was taking a throw from the catcher. Stolen base and hit the dirt and kind of bounced up and caught him in the jaw. He's all right. And he's got a base hit. So 2 on, 2 out. And Figgins singled in the first. Rivera, big lead. He's the runner at second. And that's line to center, and that's going to be a base hit. Here comes Rivera. Sweeney's throw to the plate is up the line. Run scores, and Aybar to third. So it's 1-0 Angels. And that hurts. The inning was extended on an error and a squib hit by Aybar. So 1-0.
Back-to-back at bats, Aybar and Figgins, 2-strike hitting, both base hits. This was the one that hurt because it was a line drive and 2 outs, and no chance really to get Rivera, who scored after reaching base on a miscue. But the put-away pitch, back-to-back batters at 2 strikes and 0-2 hits, resulting in the run.
Chone Figgins now has 5 hits in this series. And remember, it's the second inning of the second game of the series. Just the 4th RBI on the year for Figgins. 0-1 pitch to Gary Matthews Jr. is at the knees, a strike. 0-2. Matthews chatting with Dan Iasonia. Thought it was low. There's Brett Anderson. Blister caught up with them last night as well. Aybar, the runner at third, Figgins at first. Breaking pitch, nice play by Kurt Suzuki. The Angels go first to third again as well. They did it a couple times in last night's game. Figgins not going, and it's hit up the middle. Kind of a jam shot. Cabrera quickly to first, not in time. Run scores.
Man.
So it's 2-0.
Well, 2 hits in this inning, and Kurt Young's got to visit with Dallas Braden. This is another ball that's just spinning all over the place, and then Cabrera could not get the ball out of his glove, transfer it cleanly. And Gary Matthews Jr. with good speed. Ball bounced and Jason came up with it, but definitely not in enough time.
I would think, Ray, this is where make sure your pitcher's not getting frustrated. Because you could certainly understand if he was 38 pitches and he's 31 of those strikes. That's about as good as you'll see.
Well, and with Ibar going to third on the base hit to center,
there you go.
There's a run because the infield hit would not have scored and he stopped at second.
And now you face Bobby Abreu. Curveball in for a strike. Six straight 100 RBI season for Bobby Abreu. Not too shabby. Hits that one well to center. Sweeney back, still going back, and he tracks it down. That's running play by Ryan Sweeney. Couple of runs for the Angels. Bottom of the second coming up. 2-0 Los Angeles.
Are invited to meet the one and only Jack Cust. He'll be at the Englander located at 101 Parrott Street in San Leandro. Jack will sign autographs and take pictures with fans 1 hour following the game, and that is definitely one you will not want to miss. That's this Thursday after the A's Rangers game. Meet Jack Cust at the Englander located at 101 Parrott Street in San Leandro. Meet a nice guy, good autograph.
Good guy. Great guy. One of our favorites. Make you laugh all the time.
El Nino.
He is fun. Holiday Cust Suzuki here in the second against Shane Lukes. Lukes had a strikeout in the first. Pretty good tight slider there, and Holiday missed it.
You try to get an idea of how much a right-hander is going to pitch inside the right-handed batters. If you can take away the pitch, then you know you're staying outside with a fastball. In the case of slider, this is a fastball there. Maybe a setup for the slider away.
Inside, and it got Holiday, and that hurts.
Hit him in the hand or the ribs? Ribs. Ooh.
Number 32, Jack Cust.
Just never want to see Commissioner Bud Selig's signature on your body. You know,
knocks your breath away for a little bit.
You've been hit hard if your signature is there.
Here's Cust. And Holliday says, I'm going to take off. The ball's driven left center field. That's going to get down. Holliday tripped on the bag at second, and he's going to have to stay there. Actually, I shouldn't say he tripped. He slid into second base, I believe. I was looking at the ball in left center.
Somebody must have deked him then, because if it's a straight steal, then once he heard contact, he was probably still feeling the effect of getting hit in the ribs. Jack Cust saying a pretty good pitch that he likes, and to left center was not going to go to the wall, but clearly Holliday would have been able to go to third base.
Let's see what happened.
Yeah, head down all the way, and he's going a straight steal.
Well, I watched the ball drop, and then I saw Holliday kind of laying on the bag at second. So he did go in with a slide. But when it's all said and done, it's a Cust base hit, and the A's have runners at first and second.
Yeah, Ibar's second base indicating that the throw was coming. That should have been able to probably heard contact from Jack Cust, but had already gone into a slide.
And you could tell he had his head down and he was going. He never really looked up.
So the A's with a scouting report from Joe Sparks. The time for Shane Lukes as far as his move to first base.
Strike call to Kurt Suzuki. And now they check actually, and it said no swing. So it's 2-1.
And Sonia looked to his right, thinking the pitch was outside. Away with one.
Bringing that one now to Suzuki. It's Kurt with a home run last night. Fouled the ball off his left foot, and a couple pitches later hit a home run. So the A's a chance for a big inning. Can they need one? Suzuki hits one to center. Torrey Hunter has to race in after breaking back, but he gets there. One out. That'll bring up Travis Buck.
Well, that's it. The way things are going for the A's. 3-1 count to one of your hottest hitters, and Suzuki got under it just enough. Couldn't drive the ball. Just one of those breakout hits in these situations.
Over 4 last night for Travis. Holliday was hit by a pitch and Cust single. Those are the two runners. And now 2-0. So another A's hitter in a good hitter's count. Suzuki was 3-1. Buck is 2-0. Driven left center field. That baby's hit well. Rivera back. It is off the wall. 1 run scores. Cuss stops at third, and it's a long double for Travis Buck.
Great swing, 2-0, and just as impressive, that ball tailing away from Travis Buck, and put a great charge into it. And of course, 2 years ago, when he first joined the A's, he showed some very, very good opposite field power. This ball almost got out for a 3-run home run on the out-of-town scoreboard. No chance for Rivera. Jack Cuss read it well, but with 1 out, no reason to try to take the chance. He would have been thrown out. But excellent hitting by Travis Buck.
Bobby Crosby steps in. Crosby, a chance to knock in 1, maybe 2. Middle infield is back. Figgins, the third baseman, is playing about his normal spot. The only infielder that's in is Kendry Morales, the first baseman. Off the end of the bat, rolled foul, 0-2.
Shane Luke's throwing sliders. Bobby Crosby is off the plate in a slightly open stance, so hopefully as he closes his stance, he can reach the outside corner. So it's set up with our robotic camera showing it right over the top.
We love that robotic camera.
It's a good one. Napoli is moved and barely got a glove on it. That's one they tried to move in front of. Maybe a backhand would have worked, but he was able to catch it anyway.
Lukes thought it was a strike. He looks down.
First pitch of the game.
Wow.
Sean Figgins. If it's not called on Sean Figgins, it cannot be called on Bobby Crosby, who's about 8 inches taller than Sean. I can have the corner, and you're right. Luke's thought he had strike 3.
2-2 to count. Cust at third, Buck at second. Good take by Crosby, and now it's a full count. Gregorio Petit is in the on-deck circle. Luke does have a base to work with. He can maybe try to pitch to a corner, but will be loading the bases as well. Nice take again by Crosby, and the bases are loaded. So Mike Butcher is going to have a chat with Shane Lukes.
You ever notice every time a pitching coach goes out, watch the pitcher? Yeah.
Would it be great if they shook their head no?
No, I don't bring a word yourself.
That's a horrible idea.
But the pitcher knows it is best. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree. All right. I'll do it. I'll do it.
And he's probably not saying anything that you couldn't guess, right? Pitch for a ground ball.
You can do it.
Get ahead in the count.
It's your batter. We're dependent on you.
They say throw strike. No, don't walk him, but don't give him anything good to hit. There's Petit. And a hanging slider. Petit fouled at that.
As much as Luke's his feet from the outside part of the plate to right-handed, just think right field. Petit does a good job of that. He's did in Anaheim when he joined the club. 1-2-3 first inning, 15 pitches. And a 2-2 fastball on the rib cage of Matt Holliday started this inning for the A's.
Swung at a ball, and it's 1-2. Long look by Lukes. He's ready. 2-2. With both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings. This will be pitch number 40 from Lukes. Bounce, just foul down the third baseline. It's a good battle here, Lukes and Petit. 40-40. Slowly hit to short. Ibar has it to second for one. The turn, and that's a double play. Not an easy turn. The ball was not hit that hard, but the Angels are able to do it. A's get a run onto the third. 2-1 Angels.
Hello, Oakland A's fans. I'm here with some longtime friends of mine, Larry and Lee.
The A's open up another short 2-game series. This one would be against the Texas Rangers. Coverage begins at 6:30 with A's pregame live. It's right here in the new home for Athletics Baseball, Comcast Sportsnet California. It's where the A's are. So the Rangers will be coming to town.
And those Rangers won again today. They're 500 baseball team.
Yeah, they are.
In second place behind the Mariners by half game in the division.
That was a goofy game up there today. Texas won 7-2 in 10 innings over the Mariners. Rangers scored 6 runs in the 10th. So it was 1-1 going to the 10th. Scored 6 to take a 7-1 lead, and then the Mariners got 1, obviously. So a 7-2 Texas win in 10 innings. Just off the plate to Torrey Hunter. Rangers just a half game out of first place with that win. Giambi to his left behind the bag has it. And a roster move today, Ray.
Again, boy.
I don't know if it's a surprise. Some would say yes, some would say no. Danny Evelyn, option to AAA Sacramento, and the A's reinstated Ben Copeland from the disabled list. Ben Copeland, an outfielder. But there's a little bit more to that story. He's a Rule 5 pick, actually with the Giants, and the A's picked him in the Rule 5 draft. So for him to stay with the Athletics, he needs to stay in the big leagues, right?
Or be offered back to the club he's drafted from for a sum of money, and they could take him back to the half price, or the half amount they spent.
There is Ben Copeland, 25 years old. Bobby Crosby fires across. Napoli's retired.
Ben Copeland said he crashed into the wall during spring training. And talking about the result of that, how it affected his neck and his shoulders. And I said, how are you feeling? He said, from spring training, he pointed about a little bit before his neck up. He said, hurting. That's what happened. So he's fine, ready to go. And we hope Danny Evelyn can do as well as he did last year when he went to AAA after the August start in Boston. Changed his delivery, came back, pitched well, but kind of a disappointment in the early part of this season, especially getting some leads. And the last one, 6-1 in Seattle Friday night, could not hold it. The A's lost it 8-7.
Evelyn 7.40 ERA. 41 hits he gave up in 24 in the third innings. On top of that, 16 walks. So that's just way too many base runners. 0-2 to Kendrick. It's outside. But with the Evelyn move, he was scheduled to pitch tomorrow. So it's going to be Dan Geis who is going to get the start tomorrow night. And he will be taking on Ian Kinsler and the rest of that powerful Rangers lineup. 48 home runs for Texas. So again, Dan Geis to start tomorrow for the Athletics. Dallas Braden has got his 4th strikeout, and he's got a nice 3-up, 3-down third inning. Bottom of the third coming up. It's going to be the top of the order for the A's. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Try one of Carl's Jr.'s $6 burgers made with 100% black Angus beef. Very nice night at the Coliseum. As the A's trailing 2-1, bottom of the third inning. Matt Holliday jersey. That was a giveaway, wasn't it, earlier this year?
A week ago Saturday. Short 3-game series against the Rays at Saturday. A great weekend of fireworks and the reusable Coke bottle on Sunday. And the holiday jersey on Saturday.
Ryan Sweeney hits it hard up the middle, but Eric Ibar, a very good defensive shortstop, and he to his left. He's got it, one out. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jamie Sire. Jamie.
Well, guys, an interesting sight in Seattle over the weekend as manager Bob Guerin threw the catcher's gear back on to help warm up his pitcher as Kurt Suzuki got himself ready to go back in the game. It's something that Bob Guerin says he'll continue to do on the road as needed, but I asked Kurt about it. He said it was an interesting sight to see Bob doing that. He said he definitely knows what he's doing back there, having caught 5 seasons in the bigs, but he joked that his crouch wasn't as low as it probably used to be, guys.
Well, I have a partner sitting next to me that can vouch for that.
Let's check out Bob's knees, and that'll tell you it's kind of the old style. That was back in the 20s, man, where you had a semi-crouch. You had a long chest protector.
So you guys needed those pads that they have in their calves.
I wish I would have had the knee savers, believe me. I'd love to have them right now. He is not wearing them. Matt Napoli just it's the knee savers that Sandy Alomar Jr. kind of started in the minor leagues, but didn't want to wear them because he didn't think it looked cool. But said if you saved your knees, which he had about 10 knee surgeries.
You know, Ray, I don't see them that much.
Well, young catchers shouldn't use them because you get dependent on them.
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes very dependent. I mean, your legs, if you have strong legs, you don't need them. If you have bad knees, they can help. Go right between the calf and the thigh, and you're just kind of sitting on a padded, about a 6-inch pad, it seems.
So you're saying wait a little while.
Yeah.
Then
Although I have seen young catchers come to the big leagues and wear them. Use them. Maybe Steve Vucinich. He's a one-time manager, clubhouse manager. Because
get you a pair?
Huh?
Get us a pair.
No, for Voos, because he's got bad knees too.
Voos has got a bad knee. Yeah.
It's all good though. It's all good. Don't have to worry about it. Just sit up here and enjoy the game. Let them do squatting.
Did you ever have a time in your career where you were probably sore and you, first inning, went out to warm up the pitcher and you went down and went, oh man, it's going to be a long one?
Yes.
Probably too many of those, right?
I thought you were going to say you ever play a game where you weren't hurting.
Probably not.
A lot of guys, well, if they can come out and play about 20 or 30 games without feeling some pain, they're lucky.
One foul tip, and you're done. You're hurting.
But I like what Kurt Suzuki did late last night, where he fouled the ball off the instep of his left foot, went down. So it looks like he'd been shot, and then got up and hit a home run. Those are your best at bats when you can do that.
Three and 1 the count to Giambi. Cabrera with the 1-out single at first. Jays have 3 hits against Shane Lukes.
I think after seeing Holiday run last inning, Shane Lukes realizes his move to the plate and to first base is not particularly fast. And so he's thinking that 3-1, Cabrera might be running. Not a very big lead for Cabrera. Matter of fact, almost a little league lead, just 1 foot on the bat. It's coming from Mike Socha, the throwovers, as Mike gives the call to Mike Napoli.
Cabrera, a little bit of a bigger lead, but he's not going anywhere. And the pitch is a late called strike by Sonia, and now it's a full count.
Dropped the changeup, and maybe that was the reason. A couple of throws to first base, an off-speed pitch, which makes it a little bit easier for the runner to get a pretty good jump off first. Just right around the kneecap, the changeup.
It's a strike on the swing, throw to second in time, and that's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. So that'll do it for the A's in the bottom of the third. On to the fourth, 2-1 Angels.
Fans, National Lumber want to treat you to
interesting question. Why do you never see left-handed throwing catchers or infielders other than first base? Thank you.
Well, I'd like
thank you, Jill, for the question.
I'd like to know if Jill actually asked the rest of that question or if Dallaire put the part in, because I can understand about catchers, but never been asked about infielders.
Good question.
All right-handed with the exception of first baseman. You could look around the infield, and a little bit harder for a second baseman who's left-handed to turn the double play because you have to do a 360 to make that play.
So that would eliminate a left-handed second baseman. Shortstop, well, you'd have to spin all the way around to make the play in the hole, which if you had to do that, you would never get anybody. Right field, Kendry Morales is retired.
Third baseman might be able to handle the ball in the next to or down the line like a right-handed first baseman, but
there's probably more balls hit to his left.
You know, I think the main reason is that most left-handers cannot throw the ball straight. Now, the catcher, everybody says, well, there's more right-handed hitters for a left-handed catcher. It doesn't matter because they're equal to number of left-handed hitters, right-handed hitters. But if you ever watch a left-handed pitcher or an outfielder throw, the ball is always like a sinker. The ball is always tailed away. So my theory, and runner or base stealer, catcher throws to second. If the ball is sinking, it's going to go to the shortstop side. So if you're straddling the bag, you have to reach to your right and bring the ball back to left.
There you go. That makes perfect sense.
And I say that because I know when Reggie Jackson played right field here, if you lined up the first baseman on his cutoff man with the right fielder and he threw the ball, it ended up in the on-deck circle, first base. So you had to move him towards second base so he would throw there and have the movement of the baseball come towards the plate. And most left-handed throwers, outfielders especially, you had to account for that. But it's, to me, the same with the catcher because you can't look at right-handed batters, left-handed batters, throwing to third, throwing to first, doesn't matter. It's just, to me, you can't throw the ball straight. And catcher, you need to throw it four seam, across the seam, throw the ball straight, kind of back at your ear, right over the top, so you throw everything straight, especially all the bases.
So that's why
Mike Squires.
Yeah,
Mike
did
Squires.
a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he caught for the White Sox. Spanky is now still scouted for Tony La Russa and the Cardinals. At least that's the last I heard. Kurt Young, the A's pitching coach, left-handed pitcher, has a left-handed catcher's mitt. He warms up pitchers in the bullpen. But Kurt definitely was the type of pitcher that relied on that two-seam fastball, the sinker, moving away from the right hitters. So I'd be interested to see Kurt throw to second just one time, just to see if my theory is correct. Maybe I'll ask him to do that.
Yeah. So technically, you could have a left-handed throwing catcher, but the other three infield spots outside of first base, you really could not do. Hit hard to left. Holiday is right there. He's got it 2 out.
You know, technically, all positions you could have a left-hander.
Well, sure.
I mean, it's
but
just
there's reasons why it's not done.
Number 2, Eric Ibar.
But even if you think about the shortstop, like you said, if he goes in the hole, he would have to catch it and spin around and make his throw. So that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
And if he was going the other way to his left, he would have to reach all the way across his body because the glove would be on his right hand. So that would make that play more difficult. So both plays, going left or right, would be more difficult for the shortstop if he was a left-handed thrower. It's going to drop into center field. A 2-out hit for Eric Ibar. So Eric Ibar is finding the right spot on the field.
Number 9, Sean Figgins.
Well, some hitters say I hit it just like he threw it. Well, that was right off the end of the bat. That's 2 hits for Ibar. One, he squibbed to second base that kept the inning alive in the second. That helped the Angels scored a couple of unearned runs. 2 were unearned in the second. 2-out error opened the inning for the Angels score their 2.
Figgins takes outside. A's have to figure out a way to slow down Sean Figgins. 5 for 7 in the series. He knocked in a run in the second inning tonight. Good change up there, 1-1.
Yeah, I think regardless of whether you're right-handed or left-handed, just trying to get a baseball player to catch is enough. That's something to Bobby Crosby about playing different positions. I said, what wouldn't you do? He said, pitch. And I said, oh, what about catch? He said, oh, no, never do that. So, I mean, it's just the putting the gear on and the wear and tear on the body. Catching foul balls off your body, plays at the plate. Of course, at shortstop, where Bobby normally plays or has played, have guys trying to take you out a second, but you put that gear on, you get a hot day. Guess you have to be smart.
You are smart.
Mike Scioscia is one of the best.
But don't you think, I mean, probably 95% of the catchers started out at a very young age being a catcher. Because you're not going to be able to, when they get 20, 22 years old, or maybe in high school minor leagues, it's going to be hard to talk the kid into, hey, put the gear on, we want you to be a catcher. For the reasons you just said. It's not an easy position to play. Oh, this is going to be a tough play, and Petit's going to have to take a bite out of it. Can you believe that? Sean Figgins is 3 for 3.
Unbelievable. Did Braden get a glove on it, or he just jammed it?
I think it just went right up over his head.
Another 2-strike, it just jammed it. He did not get a glove on it. Dallas knew if he gets over his head, it's going to be a base hit, so he really stretched as much as he could, and got Kurt Young out to talk to him again. And that is very frustrating for a pitcher to have. You give up hits that way. You look at Ibar has 2. Matthews that inning in the second. Ibar in this inning now.
And an error.
Yeah, so 4 hits of the 6 haven't even left the infield.
So Braden will have to bear down and get Gary Matthews Jr. Good pitch. Steals a strike from Gary Matthews Jr. So 0-1 the count. Ibar and Figgins, lots and lots of speed on the bases. 1-1. Matthews, along with that RBI single, has a strikeout tonight, so he's 1 for 2. Lays off the changeup. That was pitch number 70 for Dallas Braden, and we're in the 4th. So it's going to be another game where more than likely Bob Guerin's going to have to. He's probably going to have to get 3 innings out of his bullpen. Hopefully not any more than that.
111 for Dallas Braden in 5 innings last Thursday. It's 84 his previous start. I think the main thing for Dallas Braden is a groin injury. Against Tampa Bay, had to leave in that game a little bit early, so no effects of that.
Driven left center field, and that's up the alley. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. And it's 4-1 Angels. Big night for Gary Matthews Jr. He's got 3 RBIs.
Number 53.
And with the changeup this time, Matthews, after taking a first pitch changeup for a strike, able to handle this one in an area in left center where nobody was going to get to it. So 2 bloop hits and then a hard hit ball by Matthews. But it's the bloops that set the table, and that's what hurts.
Here's Abreu. Abreu to Crosby, who dives, gets up, throws to first in time. Nice play by Bobby Crosby, and it saved a run. Angels get a pair. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Angels 4, the A's 1.
Ladies and gentlemen.
MLB.com at Bat 2009 featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Yeah, high tech. Visit OaklandAthletics.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase.
So now you can watch baseball on your phone.
You do that anyway with your Sling Box.
For you, buddy.
He just got a couple of gloves. He doesn't care about an iPhone or an iPod. He's just watching good old baseball.
But is he a righty or a lefty? That's the big question right there.
That's a good point. He's ambidextrous.
It just depends on how he feels that half inning. Holiday, Cust, and Suzuki. And so the A's got some business. They're down 4-1 in the bottom. Matt Holliday was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, and he scored a run. And it's now stays 1-2. Shane Lukes has a couple of strikeouts in the game. He has walked one, and as I said, he hit a batter, and that was Holliday. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And then a strikeout number 3. Tough to spot a ball any better than that. Right on the outside corner.
Well, look at the movement also. Doing coming back there a little bit. Starting outside and catching the outside corner. The left-hander throwing a backdoor slider or cut fastball.
So 1 out for Cust, who had a base hit in the 2nd inning. See Nomar back. Not back in action just yet.
And his calf is feeling very good, and went back east to get some treatment and get it checked out. Looking forward to getting back. Mark Ellis also feeling a lot better. Some great additions when these guys come off the disabled list. Xavi, Nomar, and Ellie. Casilla.
Well, if you just string a few wins together, just start playing a little bit better baseball, then you get the guys back. He's right now 9-14 on the year. Helps to win games in the division too, and the A's have struggled some there. They're 4-8 against the AL West. And they'll have Texas coming in tomorrow for a 2-game series. It's the updated standings, and that includes the Rangers 7-2 win over the Mariners. That game was played this afternoon. Not an easy weekend either. The Toronto Blue Jays will be in town.
And the Royals to close out the 9-game homestand will not be a pushover as they're playing very well.
Blue Jays have the best record in baseball, and they won again tonight. They're 19-10, or best record in the American League, I should say. The Dodgers have the best record in all of baseball. Liner, that's a fair ball down the right field line. Gary Matthews Jr. hustles over, goes into a slide, but it's not going to be quick enough as Jack Cust has a double with 1 out.
Opposite field double for Jack Cust to left center. Or maybe making a base hit to left center, and then got on uppercut on this breaking ball inside, hooked it down the right field line. He did get a double with this one. Gary Matthews trying to prevent a triple. He did by getting over to the ball. So Jack Cust, a tough night last night, struck out 4 times, but this evening 2 hits in his first 2 at bats.
Get one of those runs back, see if Kurt Suzuki can do it. Bounce foul by Suzuki. We mentioned the Blue Jays and their win 10-6 over the Indians in Toronto. So a bunch of runs scored in that game, a bunch of runs scored last night. Indians won last night over the Blue Jays 9-7. So back-to-back games where a total of 16 runs were scored. You knew, looks like a pretty good hitter, Adam Lind. Young left-handed hitter for the Blue Jays. He hit his 6th home run of the year today, and he had 5 RBIs.
We saw them in Toronto. We'll see them again this weekend.
Yep.
Aaron Hill, their second baseman, is playing well. He is healthy.
Blue Jays scored 7 runs in the 7th inning in that game.
The A's played the first place Mariners last weekend. They'll play the first place Toronto Blue Jays this weekend, and the first place Kansas City Royals next Tuesday and Wednesday.
All the games with teams from the East participating are over, so that is updated standing.
Back-to-back sweeps by the Red Sox over the Yankees.
7-3 the final today. Ibar on the run, quickly to first. So Kurt Suzuki's out. So the Red Sox 7-3 winners over the Yankees at Yankee Stadium.
Right fielder, number 6.
Got some notes from that game. Jabba Chamberlain had 12 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings, but he got the loss. How's that happen?
12 and 5 2/3.
12 strikeouts in 5 2/3.
So 17 outs. He got 12 strikeouts.
Gave up 6 hits, a couple of walks, 4 runs, and got the loss. First pitch to Travis Buck is inside. There was 2 more home runs hit in that game at Yankee Stadium. 5 home runs hit yesterday. So 38 home runs now have been hit at Yankee Stadium in 11 games. That's a lot. So I would imagine they're still writing about the wind currents at the new Yankee Stadium.
Especially if the Yankees aren't hitting a lot.
Exactly. That's a good call.
It's combined.
Jason Bay hit a 3-run homer for the Red Sox today. Bounced right side. Kendrick to his left. He's got it. Side retired. A's strand a runner. We're headed to the 5th. It's 4-1 Angels. Ace Baseball, Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cash Creek. Cash Creek's Showers of Cash is giving away $500 every 20 minutes. Visit cashcreek.com for details. That's good stuff here at the Coliseum. In fact, if you keep walking around that corner, you find your way up to the broadcast booth. But they're not going to let you up here unless you have a pass. Or food for the announcers. Dallas Braden, this would be pitch number 74 as he faces Hunter, Napoli, and Kendrick. Dallas Braden has pitched well again tonight, but it's been the softly hit ball, believe it or not, that has hurt him. And a whole bunch of infield hits for the Angels, and then they've been able to get the big hit after they've got runners on base.
Well, it's going to be tough for Dallas Braden tonight to see what happens the remainder of this game, but both run-scoring innings came after 2 outs. And Air, of course, opened the door for the 2 runs, but last inning, fly ball to right, fly ball to left, single, single, double.
Changeup on 3-1, just a bit outside. Troy Hunter. Well, our leaderboard brought to you by Firestone. Pitching leaders, ERA in the American League. That's coming into tonight. Dallas Braden second, 2.10. Eric Bedard, 3.61. And then the team leaders, the Royals, with the best team ERA in the American League. The A's, the third best, and the Mariners second. Now that is coming into tonight. Napoli takes inside. There's 2 earned runs out of the 4 so far by Brayton. Howie Kendrick is the on-deck hitter. Napoli, after 4 hits last night, a strikeout and a ground out tonight. Foul on the right side. Tigers got a shutout win tonight. Beat the Twins 9-0. Miguel Cabrera is off to a terrific start for the Tigers. He hit his 7th home run of the year tonight. His batting average is now .406, the first baseman for Detroit. Foul pop down the right field line. Just bullpen pitcher's mound.
A couple of clubs, the Tigers and the Mariners, who were horrible last year, off to much better starts in 2009. And it was as bad a year as the Tigers and the Mariners did. You can't wait for the calendar to turn to January and forget about the previous year.
Really could not get much worse for those 2 teams. Expectations were pretty high on both those teams. Detroit now 14-12 with their win tonight. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball in the inside corner from Dallas Brayton. That's the second time Napoli has struck out tonight.
Well, he throws enough changeups and breaking pitches that his fastball, although not velocity-wise a burner, but still, because of the off-speed pitches and location, as he did to Napoli, it makes it seem a little harder. But I think the impressive thing about him tonight is the way he is pitching right-handers inside. The ball's not leaking out over the plate as it did to Howie Kendrick in the opener in Anaheim. He hit a ball to right center for a home run. Tonight he struck him out twice.
Kendrick gets jammed and fouls it back. The average now under 250 for Kendrick. Tries to bunt. This was opening night in Anaheim, and this was the pitch out away from him that Ray you're talking about.
Yeah, that was supposed to be inside. And did not get it there. And Kendrick, like Mike Napoli, showing opposite field power. But the one thing Dallas Brayton has done since then is move over to the third base side of the pitching rubber, which helps him throw right down the chute, right down the board, inside to the right-handers. Makes a changeup outside very effective.
That is a good one. And Kendrick swings right through it. 3 strikeouts. Howie Kendrick in this ball game, and now 6 for Dallas Brayton. 2 outs.
Fastball in, and then pulled the string with a changeup away. And Kendrick, slightly open to the hips, could not reach the outside changeup.
Well, when you see how much Kendrick missed that pitch by, you realize what a good pitch it is.
Started to show you where Braden had set up in the pitching rubber before he made the quick throw to first base.
Kendry Morales is the hitter. He's about as far over as you can get.
This is the first base side here. Third base he's the extreme on the third base side. That allows him to throw straight in to the inside part of the plate to the right hand, where he'll go in here, whereas before it was too much over here.
Hit high to left center. Holliday racing back, still going back near the wall, and Matt Holliday has it. Side retired. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It'll be Crosby, Petit, and Sweeney. 4-1 Angels.
As the folks are getting warm with the Comcast Fleece blanket, how about 3 strikeouts to Howie Kendrick? Change up there. And how about a slider there? And a change up there. So Howie Kendrick, you know, when you hit a home run off a guy with a fastball, pretty good chance you're not going to see another one. Tonight has been the case as Dallas Braden done an excellent job against Howie Kendrick.
Shane Lukes, a first pitch strike to Crosby. Crosby, Petit, Sweeney for the A's. Bottom of the fifth, A's with 4 hits off Shane Lukes, just the 1 run. He's got 3 strikeouts. He has walked 1. Crosby was the one guy that Lukes walked. That was in the second. Runs inside, 2-2. His best chance to score was in that second inning. They did get 1 run. He had the bases loaded and 1 out. Gregorio Petit hit into the double play, and he's got just the 1.
He did not get a hit and score runners in scoring position last night, and 1 tonight.
That's a base hit. So good start to the 5th.
Runners on base, and the A's are looking for the big hit to get them in. It's not happening in his first 2 games of the series. Still half a game to go in this one. Great swing on a fastball. Starts outside, comes right back towards the middle of the plate, and Bobby Crosby with that wood chopping swing, just straight down. Eyes, the contact, hitting right on top of the ball. That's a great swing. Bobby has used that, and this is 6th season, Major League Baseball.
Gregorio Petit steps in and takes a strike on the inside corner. Bounce to short. Could be 2. Second for 1, and that's a double play. So for the second time tonight, Gregorio Petit hits into a 6-4-3 double play. So just like that, there are 2 outs.
Well, the movement of Shane Luke's pitches creates a ground ball hitting on top. You see some of the frustrated hitters at the A's like they have a pretty good pitch to hit, and then they end up beating the ground. That is now 9 ground ball outs for Shane Luke's 4 2/3 innings. So he's getting exactly what he's looking for, and that is a ground ball.
It's like the guy who's got a little late movement, right? Just a little bit. One and one to Ryan Sweeney, who has bounced back to the pitcher and bounced to short. Sweeney with a 12-game hitting streak. Sweeney will try to keep that going at some point tonight. There's one fairly significant hitting streak going on right now. That's Ryan Zimmerman from the Washington Nationals. He's at 23. Sweeney waits the 2-2 from Shane Lukes, who now is going to step off.
The A's and the Nationals, the only teams not in double figures in wins. A's 1 away from the double figure mark.
Grounded to second. So another ground ball out by Lukes, and that's it for the A's in the 5th. On to the 6th inning, still 4-1 Angels.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wells Fargo and the Oakland A's are teaming up to win for education. Every time the A's win, Wells Fargo will. Leading up to the 6th inning for Los Angeles, hitting 21, Rivera.
The A's, Major League Baseball, and People Magazine are looking for A's fans who have made a difference in their communities. 30 Everyday All-Stars will be honored at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis, Missouri, and one will be featured in People Magazine. To nominate, go to peopleallstars.com. That's peopleallstars.com. oneword.com. Sombrero. That's what Kendrick has, a golden sombrero.
Yes, he does.
He's 3-4.
Doesn't want to hear about it either. Juan Rivera leading it off for the Angels. Rivera reached on an error and scored in the second and lined out to Holiday in left field. That was in the fourth. Angels expecting some big things from Rivera, especially offensively. They signed him to a 3-year contract this past offseason. He was a free agent, but they wanted to hold on to him.
And that's a result of not signing Francisco Rodriguez or Mark Teixeira.
And Garrett Anderson.
And Anderson, but the 160 I think they had offered Teixeira, he turned down at the 180 with the Yankees, so they were able to spend and get, re-sign Rivera and get Bobby Abreu. So just use their money wisely.
Well, Mike Scioscia has said he thinks he has a deeper team. Brian Fuente they also brought in, gave him a nice contract.
4 pretty good players right
Yep,
there.
I agree.
John Garland, who is now with the Diamondbacks, is offered arbitration by the Angels. Turned it down, thought he'd get a multi-year deal. Got a 1-year deal, cost him about $7 million. Because he would have gotten about 12 with the Angels and ended up getting 5 with the Diamondbacks. Same with Jason Varitek with the Red Sox.
So if the team offers you arbitration and you accept it, you're with that team.
Right. And you go to arbitration.
And then you go to arbitration and you're going to get a raise, right?
Well, if you're already making 10 or 11, you know, any kind of year at all, you're going to get a raise.
It's not going to go down.
Yeah. Get richer.
Yep. Toward left center field, and that's going to be up the alley. Juan Rivera will have a double. So that's the 8th hit by the Angels tonight. It's their second double.
Number 2, Eric Aybar.
So Braden will be back in the stretch.
Change up to Rivera, and of course the very good change up that Braden throws. See the top of the batting order are Aybar, and then the top with Figgins and Matthews. It's a total of 7 hits between them. And usually the changeup from Braden breaks away from the right-handers, but it seems to be having a little bit of cutting action, getting back towards the middle of the plate.
Giambi fields it, throws to second in time. Or throws to the second baseman in time, I should say. And that was a pretty well executed play defensively to get the speedy Eric Aybar. And the runner Rivera goes to third.
It took an excellent play by Giambi, but even more so for Cabrera having to hustle over from second base. He had to hurry, get there. He's not even at the bag yet. Reached back, put his foot on the bag, and that's feeling the bag with the foot. No way Cabrera could look at the bag and catch the ball at the same time. So great footwork and a great play by G.
So infield comes in for the A's. And Sean Figgins will hit. 3 for 3 tonight is Figgins.
And with the Angels, you have to always look out for one thing in this situation, that is the squeeze ball. Kevin Cameron pitched 2 innings Sunday in his A's debut. That was in Seattle, 7th and the 8th.
Figgins hits one high left center. Sweeney and Holiday come together. It's going to be Sweeney who has it. Here comes Rivera to the plate, and he will make it. Sacrifice fly for Sean Figgins, and that makes it a 5-1 game. So Rivera scores for the second time, and Figgins has his second
Number
RBI.
24, Gary Matthews Jr.
2 outs, and here's Gary Matthews Jr. It's been a big night for Matthews. He's 2 for 3. An RBI single in the second. And then a 2-run double in the fourth. So 3 RBIs for Gary Matthews Jr. He came into the game with just 9. He's now behind in the count 0-2. Matthews Jr. signed that big 5-year contract. This is the 3rd year of that 5-year deal. Was not a happy camper in spring training from what we read. Didn't see where he was going to get a whole lot of at-bats this year. If you're putting up numbers, you'll get at-bats.
They had 5 outfielders signing Bobby Abreu and Torrey Hunter last year, so Gary Matthews, 3rd year of the deal. And last year, bothered by knee problems, had surgery and kind of took care of that problem. And then signing an Abreu, started limiting a little playing time.
Gets that one on the nose, but Sweeney has it side retired. Another run for the Angels, so they lead 5-1. Bottom of the 6th coming up. But just some of the action from the Coliseum tonight. And the Angels with a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. So the offense continues to struggle, Ray. They just can't seem to get rolling.
Just looking for the breakout hits, especially with runners in scoring position, and so far it has not happened as much as we had hoped it would starting in spring training.
It's game number 24 for the Athletics, so there's, I think you could still consider it early in the season, but there also comes a time when you need to see something, right?
Well, they're going to see the Rangers tomorrow night for 2. Seattle they saw over the weekend. I think one thing the Angels are looking forward to, and Mike Scioscia said today that a couple of their pitchers on the disabled list. They're going to be back. So Irvin Santana and John Lackey. Scioscia said John Lackey could be back as early as 10 to 12 days. So they feel if they can get their 2 pitchers back.
Left center, Rivera near the wall. He's got it. Right out there near the 388 side.
Well, that's a good sign for Jason to be able to hit one deeply to very deep to left center.
Left fielder, number 5.
Ball moving away from him.
Holiday.
Good contact. Drove the ball well. Heavy air tonight. Knocked the ball down a little bit.
That's a good swing right there. Yeah. 2 outs, and here's Holiday. But those 2 pitchers you're talking about, Lackey and Santana, they're really working through their rehab at about the same pace. In fact, in their rehab starts, I know Lackey's pitching one night, and then the next night it's Santana. So,
and last year Lackey started the season missing 8 starts. Still came on very strong.
Angels still won 100 games last year. But the difference for the team this year is the struggles of the bullpen for the Angels. We talked about it last night. It's hard to ignore.
The way Arredondo looked last night, he's back to form.
Yep.
He's a big setup guy for the Angels. It won't be a team to contend with before the season's over. They will be there, and the A's hope they can get it going and be right with them.
Matt Holliday pops out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Shane Lukes. To the 7th, it's 5-1 Angels. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. They'll have highlights from the A's game and the Giants game in Chicago. Also a day with Rajai Davis. That would be fun. You don't want to miss that. Also keep you updated on the NBA and NHL playoffs. See what's going on. Again, that's Sportsnet Central, 10:30 tonight on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. New pitcher for the Athletics, Kevin Cameron. So Dallas Braden goes 6 innings tonight. So second appearance for Cameron. We'll face Abreu, Hunter, and Napoli.
Numbers for Kevin Cameron, the 2 innings on Sunday, gave up a run, a couple of hits.
Petit into a slide, throws him out. Nice play by Gregorio Petit. Takes a hit away from Bobby Abreu.
Dallas Braden, 6 innings of work and a tough night for him. Some of the blue pits, but one excellent play by Gregorio Petit, getting Bobby Abreu. Very good angle taken by Petit. 4 consecutive starts that Braden has made without giving up a home run. Last one was Kevin Youkilis at the Boston Red Sox. He's going to be hard pressed to think about the next 5 days before he starts again. It's 4 days, but all the blue pits and some of the pitches he made. He pitched to contact. He had 6 strikeouts, but he pitched a little bit to contact. Those things are going to happen. Just like you have someone hit at the player, your defense, to be able to get outs.
Yes, that's the difficult part of being a starting pitcher. You feel like maybe you threw the ball pretty well, but the results weren't there, and then you have to wait it out till your turn comes up again. Torii Hunter has his first hit tonight, singles to center. That is hit number 9 for the Angels tonight.
Number 44, Mike Napoli.
And now Mike Napoli, the 5th place hitter for the Angels, will step in. Angels will be without Vladimir Guerrero for a while yet. Another important person on their disabled list. Probably won't see him before June 1st. Doesn't sound like it anyways. Quiet night for Napoli after his big performance last night, but 0 for 3 in this game. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Long look down. If anything's on. Torii Hunter, a decent lead at first. Well, skied up over our heads, which you do not see happen very often. Napoli last year hit 20 home runs for the Angels. Well, he had 62 hits, so almost a third of his hits were homers.
Well, he swings so easily, you know. Just
There's a phrase in baseball: drop and drive. You can use it for a pitcher, you can use it for a hitter too, right?
when you swing hard, you make contact. All you have to do is get into 30 of them, and it's a heck of a year.
Two and one to Napoli, and now 3-1.
That guy's got to be happy that Dallas Braden's out of the game.
Yep.
Howie Kendrick, 3 of the 6 strikeouts for Dallas Braden came as a Howie Kendrick, and saw an assortment of pitches from Dallas.
We'll count now to Napoli. Hunter still aboard at first. Hunter takes off, swing and a miss. Suzuki's throw to second is in time. Kurt Suzuki throws out Torii Hunter. And Mike Napoli on the strikeout. So strike him out, throw him out, double play. Figgins has been tough on the A's in this series. He knocks in the first run of the ball game. That was in the second inning. And then the next hitter, Gary Matthews Jr., an infield hit, beats it out, and another run comes in. So a pair of runs in the second. The A's would come back in the bottom of the second. Travis Buck with an RBI double. So 2-1 game, and then Gary Matthews, a big hit in this game. 2-run double in the fourth inning. So that made it a 4-1 game. The Angels added another run in the sixth. So it's a 5-1 Angels lead over the Athletics. Figgins, 3 hits last night and 3 hits tonight. He is 6 for 8 in this series. So the A's against Shane Lukes. He has retired 5 in a row. That one's ripped to center. Hunter racing back, but near the warning track. He makes the catch right around his belt buckle.
Kurt Suzuki continues to start on both sides, offensively and how about this throw? The second and to strike him out, throw him out. Great play coming back by Petit. Reaching to his right, making a quick tag back to the left to get Torrey Hunter. Shortstop side of second, but get him on the knee when the foot was already back. Close enough.
Yeah. Throw was there. Sort of. Here's Kurt. It's amazing the improvements that Kurt Suzuki has made in a pretty short period of time.
I just remember halfway through the 2007 seasons when he joined the A's, and a learning experience for him that season, and then took over last year. He is an everyday player now. And
Dan Iasonia took a shot. He knew it.
Puts the glove down and mask falls into his catcher's mitt.
I can throw out a runner and catch my mask with the best of it.
He just wanted to make sure the tag was applied quickly because he knew it was to the shortstop side.
Count stays 0-2. 97 pitches for Shane Luke, so his very fine start is probably coming to a close here soon. On the ground to short. Ibar gobbles it up. Throws low. Morales digs it out. 2 outs.
Well, it's possible. Let's hope Trevor Cahill is observing Shane Lukes tonight, because that's what Trevor Cahill is trying to do consistently, and throw pitches to get ground balls. That is 12 ground ball outs tonight for Lukes, 4 in the air and 98 pitches. So another pitcher stepping in the rotation for Mike Scioscia and his Angels. Matt Palmer in New York pitched extremely well, and here we have Lukes tonight.
Popped it up. Figgins has it, and 8 in a row retired by Shane Lukes. We're on to the 8th. It's 5-1 Angels. tent event for great deals on reliable vehicles. Look closer. Nissan delivers. 8th inning at the Coliseum. 5-1. The Angels with the lead over the Athletics. It's the 5th meeting of the year between these two teams. Each team has won a pair of games. Trying to look when the A's and Angels will square off again. How about July 16, 17, 18, and 19? Petit, a nice play, and he throws wild, but Kurt Suzuki to back it up. So Kendrick is aboard. We'll see what the ruling is. It's an error.
Well, and we have had situations actually when the A's were in New York. Jorge Posada went to back up first base, and Derek Jeter threw the ball home. He was not there. This is the time when a catcher backs up. Great play by Suzuki as he came down the line, set himself up at an angle in which Petit was throwing from second. Jason Giambi could not knock the ball down, but there's Suzuki to keep the runner at first, keep the double play in order. All it takes is one time when the catcher doesn't hustle down and back up. That's when the ball gets by and ends up having the runner get to second base in the scoring position, where if he hustles as Suzuki just did, keeps him there.
But you've talked about this before, Ray. If there's a runner on second, then you can't do anything. You stay wherever the ball goes, you stay, right?
The only time you go back up, nobody on base or runner at first on a ground ball for a double play. But second and third, definitely hold your spot at the plate. And that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, where Jeter came up, took the throw, with Posada backing up first, threw home.
Threw a perfect strike,
yeah,
I think.
Perfect strike, and nobody was there. Nobody advanced, so no error given, except a little bit of a mental error because Posada should have stayed at the plate.
0-1 to Kendry Morales. Dribbles out with a foul.
I know Landon Powell has played some 3 games at first base. And I know when given the option, Kurt Suzuki said, I'll catch, because there's familiarity. When you're behind the plate, Kurt's been there enough to know that, just like riding a bicycle, you know what you're supposed to do. You go to a new position, there's so many things you have to think about. And so he decided to stay right where he is, where he's comfortable.
Cameron, the strikeout of Kendry Morales for the first out here in the 8th.
Good fastball outside corner, and
Juan Rivera.
Morales just could not pull the trigger. Perfect strike. Look at that robotic camera. Tommy Ants is back. Look at that perfect shot by our director.
He's the best. Juan Rivera, the hitter. A's pitchers have 8 strikeouts tonight. 6 coming from Dallas Braden, and that was the second one for Kevin Cameron. Remember, he got the strikeout on Napoli on the strike him out, throw him out double play. Rivera is 1 for 3. Reached on an error in the second and scored. Doubled in the 6th and scored. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt.
It's a pretty good sign for a pitcher, for a hitter to swing at a pitch that much out of the dirt, and a lot of times it's an indication the hitter's not picking up the ball out of the pitcher's hand. They're a pretty good eye, even though he is aggressive, but that pitch clearly out of the strike zone.
Kendrick takes off, and the pitch is hit off the end of the bat, foul. There's just one other game still being played in the American League. It's an extra inning affair between the Royals and the White Sox. 7-7 in the 11th in Kansas City. The Royals trying to go 5 games over 500 and trying to win for the 4th time in a row. They're in extra innings again, 7-7 against the White Sox. Just a couple games still being played in the National League. Dodgers are winning again 3-1 in the 7th. If they win that game right, 12-0 at home to start the season. Off to a terrific start. Rockies and the Padres 1-1 in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch from Kevin Cameron, and that's 2 outs.
Yeah, swung at one in the dirt, did Rivera, and then a slider that was about knee high. Swing and a miss as well. So a good slider from Cameron. A slider that went down like a split finger fastball. A lot of talk about Manny Ramirez re-signing with the Dodgers and what he means, and went to the club last year, and other clubs that could possibly have signed him, including the team across the bay. There was some interest.
Well, they have a terrific lineup with him right in the middle. Kendrick takes off. The throw to second was not in time, and that's a stolen base for Howard Kendrick. So runner on second, 2 outs now with Eric Aybar, the hitter. The Athletics will be at Dodger Stadium this year. How about that? June 16, 17, and 18. So, Ray, tell me about your memories from the World Series.
They won
74. Good enough.
1 in 5 games.
So Kevin Cameron gets Eric Aybar, and the Angels do not score in the top of the 8th. Still 5-1.
That day, we'll receive a reusable tote bag brought to you by Aquafina and Lucky. Tickets are on sale now. Call 877-493-BALL. Reusable water bottle, put it in your reusable tote bag. Put your fleece blanket in there from tonight by Comcast. And
Carry your Matt Holliday jersey.
Yeah.
And your
Nav, how do we get home from here? Where are we anyway? We're at the Coliseum.
There's 4 bridges.
That was funny. You've seen guys reading newspapers or keeping score, but without a map.
I'm worried about that gentleman.
So
The reason I'm worried is he got here okay.
Did he have a fishing hat on?
Backtrack.
Some lures on there.
Go back the same way you came. It usually works.
Take part.
Take part.
Don't have to worry about
it right here.
Let's walk across the Coliseum. Come here tomorrow night. $2 tickets, $1 hot dogs. It's double play Wednesday.
That's right. Texas Rangers will be in town.
They're already here. They played this afternoon.
Ron Washington is listening to everything we're saying and writing it down. Wash, we're not going to tell you anything.
I hope Wash is having a nice dinner somewhere in the Bay Area.
I bet he is. Yeah. The Rangers played this afternoon up in Seattle, so they're in the Bay Area, settled in.
Right, Zinglin might get an inning to pitch in the ninth. He has not pitched in a while. Got on the plane Thursday in Arlington, Texas, sick and not been available.
Darren Oliver is the new pitcher for the Angels.
You know, there was a time when, for example, the Rangers was playing this afternoon, get into town, they'd come to the Coliseum and watch the ball game, do a little scouting report. Now there's so much information. The game is on tape. All the scouting reports. Why show up? Just have a nice dinner.
I agree with you 100%.
Spend your time. If you want to check out somebody, look at the video, look at the scouting reports. It's all there.
Anything that you could get by coming to the game, you could get somewhere else much quicker and easier. And
absolutely. Well, Darren Oliver in his last start made a start. Our last appearance made a start. First time in a long time. And went on the disabled list. They said no more starts for the veteran, 13-year veteran. Been around a long time. Does his best pitching out of the bullpen.
He was just activated from the disabled list yesterday, was Darren Oliver. And it was April 18th at Minnesota when he made that start and went 4 innings.
Well, the Angels have had to fill in the rotation spots, and Oliver was one of the guys brought out of the bullpen.
Ryan Sweeney has a 12-game hitting streak on the line, so he needs a base hit. He's grounded out 3 times. He's behind in the count 0-2 to Darren Oliver. Oliver, 38 years old, and he's been around a long time. 15th year in the big leagues. Ray, you played against his dad, Bob Oliver, right?
Bob Oliver, that's right.
Strike 3 call to Ryan Sweeney, so it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Darren Oliver. 5-1 Angels. Check out this play. Angels 5 and the A's 1 here at the Coliseum. Coming up after the game, A's post-game live with Mindy and FP. They're back in the studio tonight. Maybe they'll have a fantastic finish to talk about. The A's got to get something going offensively. Brad Ziegler is just glad to be back out on the mound. So he's going to get an inning of work, and he faces the top of the order of the Angels. Ninth appearance overall for Ziegler. The ERA 1.74. The last time Brad Ziegler pitched was the 25th of April.
It's too bad he had, of course, a game last Thursday in Arlington. The A's got a save from Michael Wirtz, save for Wirtz on Saturday in Seattle, and Zig not available Sunday when the A's had the 1-run lead in the 9th and also the 3-run lead in the 13th. So 3 saves he could possibly have had, but the illness got to him. Couldn't pitch, too weak, and good to see him back in action.
So it's been 10 days since he last pitched. So finally, A's get Sean Figgins out with
Number
a
24,
strikeout.
Gary Matthews Jr.
Ball just started up, went straight down, and Suzuki almost caught it on the ground.
So 10 strikeouts for A's pitchers tonight. Here's Gary Matthews Jr. who takes a bit inside. Well, make sure you join us tomorrow, 7 o'clock. It'll be the Athletics and the Texas Rangers. Dan Geis is going to start for the Athletics. He'll be opposed by the right-hander Scott Feldman. Right-hander Scott Shields getting up. Now that A's Rangers series is a 2-game series, and Thursday's game is a day game, 12:30, and we'll have it for you right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Trevor Cahill and Brandon McCarthy. So that's that 2-game set. Both games will have televised.
Supposed to be some nice weather starting tomorrow. A very nice day today. And 63 at game time. Supposed to start warming up. Should be a nice weekend for baseball starting midweek tomorrow, right through the weekend.
We're ready for that.
Absolutely.
Swing and a miss by Gary Matthews. So a couple of strikeouts for Brad Ziegler, both swinging. 2 outs.
The ball starts again about knee high and looks so good and just drops out of sight. It's like a splitter, but it's just the 2-seam fastball thrown by Brad Ziegler. I hope Brad Ziegler stays healthy. And maybe his sickness for the year is over. It's amazing how you start the season and it's almost like the body says, can't get sick. Starting in spring training, go through, got to get sick, make sure it's the offseason.
Yeah.
Just a grueling schedule, a lot of travel. It's amazing how resilient guys are to be able to stay well throughout the season. All that great restaurant food.
It's funny nowadays, if you're a player, you can eat plenty in the clubhouse before the game, plenty after the game, and then you get on the plane and you have some appetizers when you get on the plane, and then they serve you dinner, so you can technically eat 3 times in the span of like an hour and a half.
Yeah, they
Post game, hors d'oeuvres when you get on the plane.
They do.
And then
It's not. It's a given.
Giambi has trouble picking it up, but he finally does pick it up. Flips to Ziegler, side retired. Work to do for the A's in the bottom of the 9th. Cabrera, Giambi, and Holiday. It's 5-1 Angels. electronics. Your best buys are always at Fry's, guaranteed. Bottom of the 9th inning. Orlando Cabrera is going to lead things off. So you have the good part of the order up for the Athletics, and they'll face Scott Shields, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Angels. Darren Oliver goes 1 inning with a strikeout, no hits, no runs. Shields' first pitch is right in there for a strike. Starting pitcher Shane Lukes was very good tonight. 7 innings, gave up just 1 run. Popped up, shallow right. It's going to be Gary Matthews Jr. who has it. Orlando Cabrera is retired. So 1 out here in the 9th. That's 12 consecutive A's hitters that have been retired. Their last hit was Bobby Crosby's leadoff single in the 5th inning. So Giambi steps in. Giambi, a couple of strikeouts and a long out in the 6th inning. He had a deep drive, left center field. But Rivera was able to track it down. And it was really one of the best swings we've seen from Jason Giambi this year. Big curveball from Shields, drops low.
Jim Scanlon, the A's hitting coach, says a great bunch of guys to work with, a bunch of guys who are willing to listen and learn and just try to make themselves better. Knowing, and I think Jim brought up a very good point. He was the hitting coach of the Brewers the last 2 years. And he talked about Prince Fielder, who struggled what seems forever before he hit a home run. All of a sudden, next thing you know, he's hit a bunch before the season's over.
In fact, I think the year before, Giambi takes the walk.
I was going to say, I thought this ball confusion. Right?
So here's Holiday with a runner on and 1 out.
Jason just wanted to hit.
Yep.
Been a spring training. I don't want to walk. Let me swing the bat, but maybe it's a good start for him tonight.
Outside to Holiday. Yeah, I think Prince Fielder in 07, I think he had 50 home runs. And then 08 last year, you're right. I think he may have gone homerless in the month of April or something close to that. Outside corner strike, 1-1.
And usually it does not take much for a player who is a home run hitter, a very good hitter, stay in a drive for long. I mean, you're going to start hitting, you're going to start putting a lot together. And it is contagious.
Well, that's one of the reasons we're hoping maybe Matt Holliday was starting to come out of it, because he homered on Thursday and then again on Friday. The closer Fuentes starts to loosen up. Just inside. 2-2 the count. Shields with that very high ERA, which is surprising. Angels relievers as a group, an ERA of 7.40. That's the highest in the major leagues for the team's bullpen. Very close. Call the ball. 3-2.
Gets down the diamond level. They've had their lot of food tonight. They got the rally caps on. They're sticking around right there. You get down to diamond level, you don't leave early.
No. Drive to center. Hunter back near the wall. Gone. Holiday, a 2-run shot. It's 5-3.
And the most encouraging part about the swing and the result was a fastball. He challenged it, the high fastball, and that time Matt Holliday got all the timing just right and crushed it on a very cool evening, and it carried out straight away to center. That says a lot. So a curveball to right center, a curveball to left field, and a fastball to straightaway center. He thought the 2-2 was strike three. He is upset at home plate umpire. But
so the closer, Brian Fuentes, is coming in. It's now a 2-run game.
Tommy's got it. Looks like Matt got one because it wasn't too high. Had the corner. And now Scott Shields can go in and look at that and really be upset. And it looked like it had the corner, but good swing, great swing by Matt Holliday.
So Fuentes comes in, and it is now a save situation for the left-hander. He's got 6 with a couple of blown saves. And first pitch to Cust, fouled straight back, and he got a piece of Dan Iassogna. It's not uncommon for a pitcher to ask an umpire.
Sure.
You know, do it subtly, I guess.
Which he did.
Yeah, he was trying to stay subtle.
Where was it? And maybe he didn't get an answer from Dan Iassogna.
That may have been part of it. Yeah. And that there may be a reason for that as well. Ground out for Jack Cust. So now 2 outs, and the A's need to get somebody aboard, get that tying run to the plate. Kurt Suzuki walking up.
Now batting the catcher, number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
Kurt Suzuki trying to get on base for the first time tonight. Average at .318 now with his 0 for 3. It's one high right field line. It's foul, and it's into the seats. (5-9-0) for the Angels, 3-6-2 for the Athletics. 2-run homer by Matt Holliday here in the 9th has closed the gap. Right at the knees, strike 2, 0-2. Almost hits Suzuki and spins out of the way.
Napoli stood up and Pitch up and also inside.
Bounced in the hole. Ibar gives ground. Long throw just in time. And that's the ball game. So the game ends on a nice play by the shortstop Eric Ibar. So Matt Holliday's 2-run homer, not enough as the A's drop the second and final game of this 2-game series. It's a 5-3 Angels win over the Athletics. And it was just a stretch in the middle of the game, really, from the 5th through the 8th, or actually from the